morning, everybody. How are you? Hope that you're doing well. I'm really glad that we get to spend some more time together today. So happy Tuesday. Hope that you and your family are safe in your part of the world. And really grateful that I have reached 100 consecutive streams. That's the whole purpose of today's stream. I can't believe that's been the case. Ooh, it's been a long road. It's been a long road, and there are definitely times where I wanted to quit, but here we are at 100 streams, and really grateful for all of you and all of the enthusiasm and friendship and community that all of you bring. So thank you so much for that. For those of you that are new, my channel is still growing. We like to start off with our global roll call, so please let us know your city, state, province, country. Simple way for you to introduce yourself and be part of the conversation, be part of the community. I've always wanted to make sure that nobody feels like they have to ask some amazing data science question to participate. Anybody can participate, right? That's the openness that we try to keep here. So again, thanks so much for being here. And thank you also for supporting me through 100 streams. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. So for those of you who don't know, I've been streaming every single day since July 26th. So I don't know if that means I just need more hobbies in my life. But I'm passionate about data science, so I've been trying to grow a community here. We've had a lot of really interesting discussions, a lot of really interesting questions. And I think a lot of you have also been enjoying the Sunday series, where it tends to be a little bit more informational, a little bit more educational, a little bit longer. So working on all those things has been really fascinating really since the summer and kind of the beginning part of the fall, right? So again, thanks so much for all your support and for all of you that come here consistently. And also for the new watchers, right? I'm still getting a lot of new watchers. The YouTube channel still keeps on growing. So I'm really filled with gratitude today for all of that. So again, if you're just joining us, please let us know your city, state, province, country, and any other questions you might have, or some way that I can help you, or some way that the community can help you. Let us know. We'll try to do our best. We always have a variety of people that ask all kinds of different questions. We have beginners, we have more advanced people, kind of all of those in between. But it's a special time to be able to be hitting 100 streams. I didn't think it was possible, and trust me, I wanted to quit plenty of times. Kind of hard to do that every single day. All right, so I'm already seeing you guys fill up my chat, so thank you so much for that. So Casual Economist, our good friend from Minneapolis, even though he took away my Minnesota rights during our 100 streams, Casual Economist says good morning. Good morning to you too, my friend. Hope that you're doing well. Hope you're doing good out there. Fatima says hi, sir. Hey Fatima, how are you? Hope you're doing well in Meekness in Morocco. Casual Economist says Wilt Chamberlain of data science. I appreciate that. For those of you who don't know, Wilt Chamberlain's a famous basketball player, or many years ago in the United States. It hasn't been easy, guys. 100 of anything is not easy, right? Really amazed that I didn't miss any days. Which is crazy. Casual Economist says, where's your paper with 100 on it? Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I'll have a paper when we reach 100K. So obviously you guys have known that my channel is growing quite a bit. So the next big milestone that I'm keeping an eye toward is reaching 100,000 followers on YouTube. So that's obviously, a special one. YouTube sends you the silver play button, so I'm going to have an unboxing for that. But yeah, I think 100K on YouTube will be the next milestone to look out for. So that one will also be a fun one. But yeah, we'll see, and then we'll see where we end up after that. And by the way, I am projecting that the 100K is going to happen like the week of November 20th, something in that range. So we'll see when that comes out. Right now it's projected to be like November 21st, but we'll see. We'll see. Denelson, our good friend Denelson says, good morning, Dennis. Congratulations on 100 consecutive streams. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a journey, guys. It's been a journey, and a lot of you have been a part of that. So I sincerely appreciate all of you too. Rex says, good morning, everyone. Dennis, congrats on your 100 straight live stream. It's been wonderful and educational. I've been part of this journey. Thanks a lot, Rex, and it's been great to have you too. You know, Rex has been right there with me just about every single day. So thank you for that, Rex. Yeah, it has been a journey. I hope it's been educational. I mean, you know what? Sometimes, guys, it's a mix, right? Sometimes I feel like, yeah, that was a great stream, or that was a great tutorial on Sunday. And other times it's like, I'm just some guy sitting at home talking into an iPhone. Like, I just, you know, it's a mix, right? It's a mix. But, you know, I've come to accept that when you do the streaming and you do it every day, not every day has to be amazing, right? Of course, you're going to have amazing days along the way, but not every day is going to be a fantastic one, right? And that's okay, right? Nothing wrong with that. But again, I appreciate all of you and the support from all of you. Anise, our good friend Anise, you're back, says, hello, everyone. Hello, Dennis. Hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday. I think we are having a good Tuesday. Congrats for the 100 consecutive lives. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I can't believe it's 100. I can't believe it's already October, right? Because this all started in July. So crazy. Sarvesh says, hello, Dennis. Congratulations on your 100 days of consecutive streaming. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like I said, 100 of anything is tough, right? You could try eating 100 strawberries and that would be hard, right? But thank you. I appreciate the good wishes, guys. Fatima, congratulations, sir. An amazing milestone. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you. Yeah, you know, this one has been pretty significant, but I think that reaching the 100K on YouTube will also be a good one, right? That will be one that'll be really amazing, because I never thought I would ever in my entire life say, oh yeah, I have 100,000 followers on YouTube. Like that's crazy. And you know, it's that one is also starting to feel closer, because like today I'm at like 69,000, and I thought to myself, geez, you know, when I get to like 75,000, that'll be like really, like it'll feel like it's really close, right? So yeah, I think that one is kind of top of mind right now, because like as I'm approaching like 75,000, that's where it's like it's going to become more real, you know. So we'll see. Osama says, hello, sir. Everything is going well. Everything is going really well, Osama. Hope the same for you. Hope that you're doing well out there in Satat. You know, let us know how you're doing out there. I know that Satat is kind of in a weird place in Morocco, you know, in between Casablanca and Marrakesh and all that. But hope you're doing well out there. Lalman, our good friend Lalman says, I think Lalman, you're from Nepal, if I remember right. Hey Dennis, grateful to you for giving us free information and guidance consistently. Though sadly I need to leave due to assignment dues. Just hopping in to say hi. Oh, I appreciate that, Lalman. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Yeah, you know, the whole reason I started this was to give you guys real world information. I'm sick and tired of all the fake information out there. So I certainly hope I'm providing some sort of value, because that's really like the whole reason why I'm here, right? So thank you for saying that, Lawman. Appreciate that. And Ant A on X, we usually ask people to introduce themselves before their questions, okay? So appreciate that. Let us know your city, state, province, country. Namaste, Sir Dennis and everyone. Manoj from Bangalore, India. Namaste to you too, Manoj. Hope you're doing well out there in Bangalore. Manoj also says, congratulations, sir, on 100 days of consecutive streaming. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. Osama says, congratulations on 100 consecutive streams. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah. It's a big number, right? Honestly, guys, a couple of times in there, I thought, oh my gosh, I need a break. Let me quit. Why am I doing this? But you got to keep going, right? You got to keep going, and eventually you get there. So really happy I made it there. Sibia, our new friend Sibia. Sibia, I appreciate you keep on coming back. You know, when I see new people coming back, you know, it really, you know, it encourages me. So thank you so much. I appreciate that, Sibia. Sibia says, congratulations, Dennis. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. It's a milestone. It's a milestone for sure. Aunt A says, I'm from New Jersey. Okay, welcome, Aunt A. Glad to have you here. Yeah, so speaking of milestones, I think about the different milestones that have happened. You know, I've crossed a couple of membership numbers that I never thought I would achieve. I think it was a huge milestone to finish the series on the Introduction to Statistical Learning book. I know many of you were part of that. You know, and that was really special because I keep on remembering how intimidated I was by that book. I mean, I have a lot of respect for that book. That book is very difficult. So to be able to be at a point in my career where I can teach that book, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. And also really just to get all of you, you know, you guys as consistent viewers and coming back, you know, that in itself is a milestone. As I've mentioned before, you know, I had plenty of streams where like nobody showed up for a while, you know, for like that first like month of streaming, like nobody came, right? So really appreciate all of you, you know, and all of the support you guys have given me and the consistent questions and participation. Really appreciate that. You know, like I said, I'm just really passionate about data science, and I want to put good stuff out into the world, you know. So thank you all of you for being a big part of that. And you know, we're just going to keep on going forward, and we're going to reach 100K sometime in November, and that'll be nice, you know. That'll be real nice. So I wanted to really quickly show you guys a graphic because I got curious last night. You know, because obviously, you know, all of us are analytics focused, right? So we're gonna have some audience participation, guys. Okay, and some of you are gonna do better at this because you know you've been supporting me for such a long time, and I sincerely appreciate that, right? So let me bring up this graphic. So this is from my YouTube analytics, right? I pulled this yesterday afternoon, which gave me analytics up until the 27th. So on the 27th, I was up to 67,491. This morning, I passed 69,000. Does anybody want to guess? And by the way, this represents July 26th to August until October 27th, right? That's the 100 days. Does anybody want to guess what the number was down here at the start? Does anybody want to guess? So give me some guesses down there, right? Some of you were there, right? Some of you have been with me even before July. So what do you guys think? What was the number down here? Anthony says being able to stream all the platforms at the same time is awesome. Yeah, Anthony, thanks for that. It took me a while to figure out the setup because it involves a couple of different software tools. You know, I use a restreamer. I use a chat aggregator to help me bring all the chats together. But yeah, I like the setup I have right now. So thank you for those comments, Anthony. And yeah, I'm trying to make it available to as many people as I can. So thanks for noticing that. Lakshmi says, good morning, Dennis. Congratulations. 100 days of streaming with such a quality content takes a lot of efforts and commitment to be consistent. Really appreciate it. I learned a lot. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Lakshmi. You've been a great part of the Sunday sessions and all that. So thank you so much for your support. Yeah, you know, this stuff is not easy, guys. You know, this content stuff, I've never worked so hard before. But yeah, it's been tough. It's been really tough. But I appreciate your support, Lakshmi. Thank you. Rahul says, hi, Dennis. How are you, cute? I'm doing well, Rahul. Thanks a lot. So Rahul, where are you? You in Delhi? Where are you? You said you were moving, right? So let us know how you're doing. Khalif says, good day, sir. Congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate that, Khalif. Good to see you. So Khalif, right now, the question to the chat is, how many followers do you think I had in July? when I started the 100 days. Now keep in mind, guys, I'm already seeing some votes. I'm seeing votes of 2. Gosh, you guys thought it was at 2 users? Ouch. Ouch. Keep in mind, just to give you guys some framing, okay? Prior, I officially started everything on May 1st. I launched all my platforms on May 1st. And I know that date because prior to that, I was on a very restricted social media policy by my last client. So I didn't have like a lot of social media. Certainly not a lot of data science social media, okay? So I started May 1st, built it up May, June, and then towards, July, and then towards the end of the July, I got the idea to do the 100 days, right? So 2 is probably not accurate, guys. I had been going a little bit already. I was seeing some like small advancement, right? But very slow. Anise says between 250 and 500. Okay, see, now we're getting a little bit more reasonable, right? I mean, I wasn't at 0, guys. Jeez, give me some credit. May and June and July, I was doing some work. I've shared this story before, but, I was doing all of this throughout July and really not, just getting a couple little people following, nothing major. And then at the end of May, at the end of my first month, I had a post go crazy on me on Instagram. I went from 11 followers on a Friday to like 2,000 by Monday and like 4,000 by the end of that week. So like at the end of May was really when like I at least I got the things rolling on Instagram, and then I started seeing some of that trickle into YouTube, right? But not a lot, not a lot. I mean, obviously you can see the chart here, right? So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Where do you think I was on July 26th? Plenty of time to vote here, guys. What do you guys think? You got to be able to use your analytical mind for even fun stuff like this, right? This is 100 days worth of data. Give me some more votes in the chat. Any more votes? Last call for votes. Nobody else wants to take a guess? Remember, July 26th was 100 days ago. Fatima guesses 1,000, okay? Okay. You can also just choose to agree with Anise, or I agree with Fatima, or whatever you'd like. What do you guys think? Kelvin, how are you, my friend? Good to see you again. Hi, Dennis. Nice seeing you live again. Nice seeing you too, Kelvin. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Joseph. Wait, Joseph, did you change your name? Joseph says, morning, Dennis. A little late this morning, looking now. Yeah, Joseph, let me know what you think. Joseph, you were there at the, I think you were my moderator even before I started this. Danielson says, I'm going to vote again and say 900 to 1200. Okay. Okay. Sarvesh says around 100. Okay. These are all great guesses. All of these are great guesses. Last call for votes, guys. Last call for votes. What do you think it was around July 26th? That was about 100 days ago. Osama is guessing 750. Okay. Okay, anybody else? Excuse me. Last call for votes, guys. Or guesses, I should say. These aren't votes. These are good guesses. I'm trying to think who's closest so far. Khalif says 300 to 600. Okay. Joseph says, yes, I was. Same Joseph H. 900. Now, Joseph, you said you're looking now. So Were you checking one of the sites that checks the stats? Because there are sites out there, guys, that keep stats, right? Like Social Blade or stuff like that. Okay, so Joseph is saying 900. All right. So here it is, guys. Let me bring up the graphic. So let me think. So far, we have 2 people that said 900, right? Okay, Joseph says, no, I promise I was not checking with a smile. Okay, so whoever said 900 was the closest because I was at 853 on July 26th. Isn't that crazy? I was at 853 on July 26th. And now it is, what is it? Oh, I mean, I passed 69,000 this morning. So that's been the growth, guys, over the last 100 days. From 853 to 67,491. Or, 69,000. That's amazing. That's amazing. And I have all of you to thank for that because all of you have been a big part of that. So thank you so much. Some of you were here before then, right? Like, Casual Economist, that's around the time you joined in, so it's been crazy. It's been crazy. Kelvin says, oh dang, a lot of progress has been made. Thank you, Kelvin. Yeah, it's been ridiculous growth. Ridiculous growth. Yeah, I had always imagined that it was going to be like this. I just didn't know exactly how, but I'm grateful that those numbers have come to pass. But I've shared the story before where back in like around this time, around July, I reached out to a conference to see if I could work with them, and they told me that I was too small and they weren't interested. So I know that I knew that I could get somewhere with this, right? But yeah, it's been really great to see this growth, and I'm keeping receipts for all those people that told me I was too small. Joseph says, yes, it's been great seeing all the growth. Yeah, Joseph, you've been a big part of that, so thank you so much. Satyam says, congratulations. Thank you so much, Satyam. Kelvin says, hopefully the money in the bank account will be the same as this. I'm still working on that part. Still working on that part, guys. It's not easy, right? Like I've shared before. You guys will notice that I have not opened a merch shop. I have examined 4 different merch shops and they all suck. So, little things like that, I kind of keep an eye on. But yeah, I mean, having fun with data science is one thing, making money at it is another. But thank you, Kelvin. I appreciate your good wishes. Satyam says, let's open that 25-year-old adult drink. I wish it was 25 years old. It's only 20. It's only 20. And I made a deal with Leo, who's one of my other moderators, that I'm going to do it for the 100K celebration, not this one, unfortunately. I wanted to do it for the 50K, and he didn't. No, I wanted to do it for the 10K. And he was not on board with that, so that's okay. But yeah, at the 100K, Satyam, at the 100K. Yeah, so we'll open it then. Lots of things coming up. So what, I wanted to kind of take the time to talk about that because I do have a couple of things coming up that I did want to share with you. So in the immediate future, I'm going to take just a couple days break from the stream. A little bit of a mental health break, a little bit of a social media cleanse type of break. But I'm going to be back Sunday for the Sunday series because no matter what, I don't want an interruption in the Sunday series. So I'm going to take a short break from the streaming, just to step away, spend some time with my dog, spend some time exercising, taking care of things here at home. Because, the streams take up a lot of my day. So sometimes I don't always have the time to keep up with my other personal things as much as I'd like. So I'm going to take a small break. I'll be back this Sunday for the Sunday series. You might still see me on Instagram. Because I do like the quickness of posting there. I have scheduled out some posting and some YouTube videos that are still going to go out. We also have the holidays coming up here in the United States. So I might have a couple of interruptions there. But my goal is to never interrupt the Sunday series. I never want there to be a break in that because I know a lot of you enjoy it. I certainly enjoy it. And I think it also helps the learning to go, consistently every single Sunday. I mentioned the holidays. So, here in the US, last week of November, we have Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is on a Thursday. That Monday is my dad's birthday, and my dad asked me to come out and spend his birthday with him. So I'm going to be spending some days in Los Angeles with my parents. So, gonna be spending some time with them. And then I don't know if I'm going to be streaming from there. I'll probably still be posting from there, but I don't know if, streaming from there makes sense. I don't know. I haven't really figured that out. For December, I don't know exactly what I'm doing for Christmas yet. Usually I would go on a golf trip or, I've gone to Hawaii in the past, just do something for December. I don't know what that looks like yet. Maybe I'll just stream every day. Who knows? But what I do know is that in January, I'm going to be bringing you guys even more content and a different style of content. In January, for the IT world, the IS, the data science world, the electronics world, it starts off with the Consumer Electronics Show every year. That's a massive show that happens every year. It's one of the largest trade shows in the entire world. So I'm going to be attending that. I'm going to be interviewing some AI companies, looking at their products, looking at their services, and I'm going to be bringing that to all of you as content. So I'm going to be making more announcements around that in early December because the conference itself is still shaping up the calendar. But I'm going to be doing that in January, and I think that's going to be really fun. It's going to be a lot of content. It's going to be a little bit more of a business analysis of the companies that I see out there. So, maybe I'll discover some really cool companies, or maybe I'll tell you guys that the companies stink. You guys know I always give it to you straight, right? So that's coming up in January for sure. I'm 100% doing that. In fact, a lot of my free time now has been taken up by preparing for that. I've had to buy some new hardware. I'm doing some new visual assets for that. So I think it'll be, I know I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. And I think it'll be a lot of really fun content for all of you too. So really looking forward to that. And you're going to see more announcements coming up as that gets closer. But otherwise, my entire goal really is to not have any breaks in the Sunday series. We're in the middle of a great series now. After we finish this series, we're absolutely going to have a series on neural networks. I think, there's a lot of demand for that. I think you guys will find that interesting. And I've taught that before to clients, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun to do. But yeah, we'll see. I wish I could tell you that I have a merch shop coming up, but I'm really not happy with any of the merchandise I've sampled. I would never want to sell you guys a cheap product, and I think a lot of these t-shirts that I've saw are just been terrible. But overall, that's kind of what I see coming up. Just gonna take a little break, and who knows, maybe I'll miss it and I want to do daily streaming every single day for the rest of my life. But I'll see you guys again on Sunday for the series. But otherwise, just take a couple of days off to take care of some personal things here around my house. Kelvin says, yeah, take your time. Yeah, I appreciate that, Kevin. Just a couple of days. Because, on the one hand, I do want to take a couple of days to do some stuff. But at the same time, this is my business now, right? Like, this is what I do. So can't take too much time. Can't take too much time off. But I appreciate that, Calvin. Thank you. Anthony says there should be an easy way to instantly follow on all your platforms with one click. Well, hey, Anthony, there you go. That's a business idea. Maybe you could come up with that. Because to my knowledge, that does not exist, right? I have tried to keep up with all of the data, not the data, the social media tools that are out there, and I use a lot of the tools. I pay for some of these tools. But I haven't found anything that would allow for that. So Anthony, maybe that's an opportunity for you. Kelvin says, take some nice vacation with your family, Dennis. I'm probably going to do the same. Well, for the next couple days, I'll just be here. In November, I'll definitely be with my parents. Because hey, right, when your elderly father asks you to spend his birthday with him, you go, right? You can't say no to that. So obviously, I'm gonna enjoy spending some time with my dad and my mom out there. So that'll be cool. But who knows what I'll do for December. So here's the challenge with December, guys, and for Kelvin. This trade show that I want to do is literally right after the new year. Like it's like January 5th is the first day. And that's like a Sunday. So literally it's right after the new year. So I'm going to be preparing a lot in December. And I'm also going to be publishing content in December. Like in December, I'll give you an idea to be preparing for in December. So I honestly don't know if I'm even going to have the time to take a trip in December. It may or may not be possible just because I have, so many other things to do coming up in January. Yassine says, hello, sir. A late Yassine from Tangier, Morocco. Congratulations on 100-day consecutive streams. Thanks so much, Yassine. I appreciate that. It hasn't been easy. Hasn't been easy for sure, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. It's been great to get to know all of you and to, build a community here. And as you can see, obviously it's been a lot of growth. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. And I really want to keep things fresh also, right? I want to keep on bringing you guys, new content, right? My fear is that the stream can't always be about how do I get started in data science, right? Everybody asks that, right? I don't want to answer that question for the rest of my life. And you guys, as my consistent viewers, my return viewers, you don't want to hear the same answer over and over again, right? So I'm just going to do my best to keep on bringing you new content, new ideas. Also, the break kind of helps me because, at core, I'm still a researcher, right? Like I'm still a data scientist too. Like I'm still curious about different things, right? So I also kind of want to have the time to be able to have my own discussions and spend time with other data scientists and develop new client relationships and things along those lines, right? So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Leo, good morning, Leo. Hey everyone. Leo, glad to have you here. Leo's also been somebody who's been here from just about the beginning. So thanks so much, Leo. Congratulations, Dennis. You're the best. I appreciate that, Leo. You're a pretty good moderator too. So thanks for all your support, my friend. But glad to have you here, Leo. Kelvin says, so far, I like this series. Kelvin, if you guys don't know what we're referring to when we're talking about series, on Sundays, we do a longer tutorial series. And we're in the middle of a series where we're bringing up a project from the very beginning. We're bringing up a data science project from the very beginning. We are building it from the ground up, from the client contract to the planning, to the ideation, to the explorations. We did a little bit of EDA this past weekend. That was a really fun day. Lots of really good ideas flowing. I commented yesterday about how, you guys are also helping me develop more of my prompting skills, right? Somebody in the chat gave an excellent idea for a prompt, right? So I'm really enjoying that aspect of it also. And yeah, I think people are getting a lot out of it, I don't want to sound like, conceited or anything, but this is stuff that basically nobody else out there is doing, right? The other influencers aren't doing it because one, they're just trying to rip you off for your money, or two, they literally just don't know any better. They've never worked as a data scientist, right? They have ChatGPT writing all their content. So yeah, I think it's been a good series. I'm looking forward to the neural network series. I think that'll be cool too. But you know what, guys? I also enjoyed the little one-offs that we did, because for those of you that, remember, in between the two series, we also did, I think, what, 2 or 3 different, just like single Sunday type of deep dives. I mean, what did we do? We did Python and Julia, PyTorch and Keras, and the GPU, CPU, right? I thought those were fun too, right? So give me some feedback in the comment. But those weren't series, but they were deep dives, right? I mean, a couple of them, I think one of them was at least 3 hours. But I had fun with those too, so I don't know. Yeah, so Anise says CPU versus GPU was fun. Yeah, that was a good one, right? I think we all had a good time with that one. The Julia one was also interesting, right? It taught us a lot about Julia, right? So, I might do some more of those in the future, right? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. So, different stuff coming up, guys. I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it fun for everyone, both my new users and my supporters, right? Because, a lot of you are longtime supporters. You guys don't want to hear me give the same answers over and over again. That's boring, right? I wouldn't watch myself if that was the case, right? So, I got different ideas going on in this old head of mine. But yeah, lots of good stuff coming up, guys. Lots of good stuff coming up. Leo says, pretty sure you're going to surprise us. Maybe, I'd like to think that most of the Sundays are a surprise, just because I really don't see a lot of people doing that type of content, or quite frankly, having the capability to do that type of content, right? But yeah, the Sundays I think are certainly surprising and fun every time. I surprised myself, when I was able to teach that Introduction to Statistical Learning book. I have a lot of respect for that book. I clearly remember when I went through it as a student. So but yeah, it's really fun to do this, but I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it fun for you, fun for me. And we'll see where it all ends up. But again, just really grateful to all of you for coming back, because if we step aside from the series, you guys know there's plenty of times when I walk in here with no agenda, right? You guys set the agenda by the questions you ask or the different discussions we have. So I also enjoy those aspects. I enjoy those aspects a lot. So we're going to keep that going and also see where that ends up. But, I say that because you guys ultimately also make the stream great in how it all comes together, the things we discuss, whether we discuss anything at all. I mean, it's just been really great. Really great. So again, just really grateful for all of you. So thank you to all of you. All right, so I provided my analytics. So if anybody wants to ask questions on the social media experience or different things, because sometimes on LinkedIn, I will post some of my social media thoughts. I think I have an article on there that I did a couple months back, and I might do a follow-up to that one. But if you guys have any questions or anything, I'm open to your questions now. Or of course, if you have data science questions, let me know. But this has been really my first time launching a serious, concerted data science effort. And I've learned a lot about, social media effort. I meant to say social media effort. And I've learned a lot. So if you guys want to ask questions around that, or anything else I can help you with, or anything else you want to comment on, please let me know that this is a good time for it. And by the way, Leo, when I was prepping for this stream today, I was also watching the other video you had posted from Forbes on the Discord. It's an interesting one. I'll give you some thoughts on that later. But if you wanted to post that in the main Discord, I think people would get a lot out of it. Leo says, I have a question. How do you feel as a famous person now? 100K is right next door. How do you feel? You know, that's funny, Leo, because a friend commented that recently. They said they said you know I showed them like my social media numbers, and they were like, "Wow, you're the most famous person I know." And I was like, "What? That's not right. I'm not famous, right?" Um, so I don't feel famous. I mean, that's not something I've ever really like wanted or pursued, you know. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't feel that way. I mean, I really want to do that video of my little studio, guys, because I know that I'm coming into your homes, and we're forming a community and all that, and that's a lot of fun. But like, I'm just sitting alone in front of an old iPhone. Like that's all I'm doing. Like I don't feel like I got like some big production and assistants and all this other stuff, right? Like I'm just sitting here talking into a phone. You know what I mean? So this is all just driven by passion, guys. It's not driven by wanting fame, wanting money, wanting narcissism, people to love me or whatever, right? It's just me being passionate and sharing what I like, right? Like I would be doing this if nobody watched, because like I just enjoy talking about data science, right? And I don't know, it doesn't feel like fame. It just feels like I can continue doing what I want to do, right? Like I can continue doing things that make me happy, and I'm doing it for myself, right? Now, I suppose that if I were to go to a conference or something, and somebody, were like to want a selfie or something, I think that would be a little different. I mean, I don't want to say weird, because I don't want to like discourage anybody's enthusiasm, but um, I don't know. I don't feel famous, but I appreciate the question, Leo. Um, Calvin says you're kind of famous now. I don't feel that way. I did tell my moderators though that when I saw that, if you guys are on my Discord, actually, I guess I posted it everywhere. I posted a warning about how somebody is using my name and my image to sell some investment scam, or some stupid scam, right? And I was really concerned by that, because I would really hate for any of you to lose money like that. Save your money, guys. Don't send me donations. Don't send me any of that stuff. I'm doing. It's not my style to ask for money like that. So, I would hate for any of you to lose money. Like, save your money, invest it. Give to charities that are good. Give to your religion or whatever you want. But so it really bothered me when I saw that. But at the same time, it is a little bit of a sign of advancement, right? Because in the US there's a saying, right? You don't sue people who don't have money, right? Like being sued by somebody is a rite of passage, because at least they think you have something, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, being the target of a scammer at least says that maybe I'm growing a little bit, right? Maybe I'm growing just a little bit, but who knows? Who knows? Rex, I'm going to come back to your question, okay? Great question. Thank you very much for the efforts and the patience you have with us. I really learned a lot from you. I feel like I'm becoming a better data scientist, and you have a lot of credit for that. A lot of credit. I have all the credit, Yassine. All the credit. Come on, I could probably teach all of the college classes you're taking right now. But I'm just kidding. I'm just sharing what I like, guys. I can only give you guys my real world experience, right? That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to sell you on anything or talk about things that I'm not an expert in, right? I tell you guys when I'm staying in my lane, right? But I'm just passionate, I'm just passionate. Just really like this stuff, and also like my I've told you guys I come from a family of teachers, right? My mother was a teacher, my father was a school administrator. So, it's just, I guess it's in my blood, you could say. Fatima says, sir, just like Will Smith's father once told him to build the wall by laying one perfect brick at a time, you've achieved a 100-stream milestone through that same dedication and focus. Oh, Fatima, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, it has been one brick at a time. The followers have also been that way, right? But, Fatima, I just never thought I'd be doing this, right? Like I always knew I'd be studying data science in some way or doing things with data science, but not to be like, an online streamer and content creator and like having 70,000 people, as followers. I mean, that's crazy, right? So yeah, I have been building it. I just didn't think it would look like this. Leo says, well, worldwide, there is a 1 in 100,000 probability that you've been recognized by someone on the streets. Leo, you're assuming I leave the house. I don't leave the house that often. And generally I avoid crowds. So, but let's think about this. Well, worldwide, there's a 1 in 100,000 probability you've been recognized by someone in the streets. Leo, I'm not sure if I'm on board with that number. Can you help me figure out how you came up with 100K? Or I guess maybe what, you're taking 70,000 divided by 7 billion? Is that what you're doing? I'm curious, Leo. Not to take you to task here, but help me figure out how you came up to 1 over 100,000. I guess you're probably taking 70,000 divided by 7 billion, right? Because that's approximately the population, right? I think we're at 8 billion in the world. But let me know, Leo. I'm curious now. Yassine says, I'm extremely grateful for that. Well, Yassine, I'm grateful for you too, my friend. If I've helped you in some way, then even better, right? But again, from my perspective, guys, I'm just some guy sitting alone talking into an iPhone. Yes, Dennis, we're the ones that really thank you for all support you've been offering. Well, thank you, Leo. I know that you volunteer as a moderator, so I appreciate that too. Just sharing what I like, guys. Just sharing what I like. Really grateful for your support. Yeah, thank you. Kelvin says, oh yeah, those scammers, they will do that to every YouTube channel. Yeah, Kelvin, I know it's common. I know it comes with the territory, but I'm just really uncomfortable with it. I mean, I cannot tell you guys, seriously, how badly I would feel if somebody lost money to a scammer that was using my name or whatever. I mean, that would just stink, right? I mean, I would feel so bad if that happened. And that's why I make the postings on Discord and on LinkedIn. That I'm never going to ask you guys for money. I'm never going to ask you guys for, personal information or anything like that, right? So if anybody's asking you that, they're fake, right? They're a scammer, because it's one, why would I scam my own audience? And two, like, it's just not my style to ask for donations. Like, I don't have a Patreon, guys. I don't do that. That's just not me, right? So, save your money, help your family, help the people around you. But, I would never ask you guys for money. Like, that's just not my style. Leo says, my religion is data science. ISL 43 says we can support you. You mean like section 4.3? I'll have to look that up, Leo. Thanks for that. Leo says, I don't know where that number came from, to be honest. Well, Leo, come on. We're data scientists. You can't give us a number and not expect us to be curious, right? But I think that would be the formula, right? The number of my followers divided by the global population, right? At least that's the first number, because then the second number would be how many people I see in a day. Right? Because I gotta tell you guys, like, I tell you guys I go golfing and I go walking and I'm not like a total introvert, but for the most part I kind of keep to myself, like the pandemic to me was like fantastic, right? Stay indoors, hang out, like I know people had problems with that, right? But like for me, to like stay inside for 5 days, I mean, I've kind of like worked from home or work remotely different times in my career. Like for me to stay at home for 5 days is like nothing, nothing. Like I can do that easily, right? And then with the pandemic, you had like, you know, if we're being honest, the pandemic helped Uber Eats, it helped Walmart with the grocery home delivery, and it helped Amazon Fresh because Amazon will also give, you know, bring you groceries direct to your doorstep, right? So like I never stopped that, right? Like I haven't been inside a Walmart in like 5 years, but I spent a lot of money with them because I like shopping at Walmart, right? So like with like grocery delivery at home and like me working remotely, like I never even leave the house, right? Like there's no need. You know, if I have a friend in town or something, I go out, of course. But like, I don't know if that's the 1 in 100,000. I think it's a lot higher, the probability, right? It would be my followers divided by the global population divided by and then measured by the proportion of the global population that I see on a daily basis, right? Like, did you go to the grocery store today? Yes. How many people did you see? I saw about 100 people. So that becomes like a weight you'd have to add to that number, I think. And then that gives you the probability that somebody recognized you that day. So then you'd have to estimate how many people you saw in the last month. And then that would be the weight that you would multiply by the first probability. Yeah, I think that's a valid formula for that. Yeah, if anybody wants to give me another formula, do that. So what's the probability that I've been recognized by somebody while being out on the streets? I think my formula might be it. That'll give you the probability. But you guys tell me. Let me know in the chat if you guys want to think about that. Leo says, "Oh no, I was right." I think it's too high, Leo. 1 in 100,000 sounds too high, right? Because the number, it's 1 in 100,000. I don't know, Leo. Give me your rationale. I just gave you my rationale. But, you know, like I play golf like on a quiet course. I go walking, just me and my dog. So, I mean, I only see like a couple dozen people a day, right? Yesterday, I did do some shopping. So, you know, so here's something else that I'm doing, guys. Because I'm trying, you know, obviously I've been doing like this weight loss, working with a coach. I've been really happy with how I've been progressing. And I'm making more stuff for myself at home. Like I'm making like even like my own mayonnaise and stuff like that. Like I'm making I'm not trying to buy anything that's pre-made, right? So you know what I did yesterday, guys? You guys are gonna think this is crazy. I went out yesterday and I bought my own herb plants. I bought my own rosemary plants and I bought my own basil plants. Like I'm gonna start even making my own spices and like my own like, you know, like different things that I'm gonna add to my food. So yesterday was like a shopping day for me because I did go out and buy some of those plants. I bought 3 plants total yesterday. I want to buy some more, but it was like a really windy day. I didn't want to be outside so much. But yeah. So yesterday, you know, I saw more people than usual, but I may only see like a couple of people a day. Manoj says, "I strongly feel that you are creating a very good data scientist for the future." Thank you, Manoj. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. You know, that's one of my goals. That's one of my goals. You know, like I'm a little later in my career, right? So so if I really care about data science, which I do, it's my responsibility to help train the next generation, right? That's how these type of professions grow, right? So yeah, so this is me kind of putting my money where my mouth is and helping the next generation of data scientists, right? You know, I'm not sure if I'm quite ready for retirement yet, right? You know, maybe somebody will come along and offer me a director position or a CTO position. That's also a possibility. You know, I'm still feeling pretty young, pretty energetic, right? Still know a thing or two about data science. But yeah, you never know. I'm glad that you feel that way because it is one of my primary goals, right? Like one day I will be dead and gone, but I want to make sure that data science, will be in a good place to continue, right? So thank you, Manoj. Extremely great work, Sir Dennis. Thank you, Manoj. Appreciate that. So Yassine says we might add another factor, which is the proportion of followers where you live. Yeah, exactly, right? Yassine, you'd have to take the global distribution into account, right? Yeah, that's definitely like the next level, the next iteration of the algorithm that I described. But yes, you would have to know, of the 12 people that I see on a daily basis, what proportion do they regionally represent of all of my followers? Yeah, you'd have to take that into account for sure. Leo says no. The P random encounter with a subscriber equals 100,000 over 8 billion, which is 1.25 to the negative 6. But that's not the answer you gave before, though, right? What's the inverse of 1.25 over negative 6? Is that 125,000? Somebody do that, right? We need to know the inverse of that answer, Leo. Because it's not 100K you should be dividing. It should be 70K, because I'm not quite at 100K yet, right? Almost none, but let's keep the positive number. Well, you're right, Leo. We try to keep a positive attitude on my chat, right? That's something I really want to do. Keep a positive, professional environment for everyone. Leo says, geez, just trying to pump you up here. I appreciate that, Leo. I get it. But come on, we're all of us are data nerds at heart, right? You can't put a number out there and then not have us take it apart. I mean, look, we got Yassine talking about global distributions of followers, right? And he's not wrong. We do have to take that into account, right? But you can't post a number and not be ready to defend it, guys. Come on. You guys all know that. Everybody knows that. Leo's just having some fun with us. But to be clear, I do think the number is less than 1 in 100,000. I think it'd be a very small number, right? Because if I never leave the house, then the number is always 0, right? And if I only see a couple dozen people a day, or just a couple times a week, then it's going to be really, really hard to, get anywhere nearby on that. But I appreciate it, Leo. Appreciate you. Appreciate the humor that you're bringing to the stream there. All right, guys. Last call for questions. Anybody else? I might make a posting at some point later on LinkedIn about the social media experience, because another thing that's come up is that a lot of my coworkers have approached me, like old colleagues. And they're like, oh, wow, we see what you're doing. I want to do the same thing. Can you help me with that? Or what did you learn? Or things like that. So I've also been, kind of have a couple articles in my head that I want to do for LinkedIn, talking about this, right? Because I've learned a lot of different things along the way about the different algorithms that social media uses, the conversion rates. The conversion rates that are out there. Yeah, so I'm going to definitely be, doing some stuff around that on my LinkedIn. And when I do that, I'll share it out. I'll share it out with you guys on Discord or even on Instagram. Okay. Also, I forgot to mention that, by taking a little bit of a break or, kind of changing up the streaming schedule, it's also going to give me an opportunity to do some recording. I cannot tell you guys how long my idea list is for recording. I have a ton of recording ideas. I just haven't had the time to record them. So really looking forward to also being able to do that. So, bring you guys some newer content. I really want to continue my de-influencing data science series, because I think there's still a lot of things to discuss there. All right, guys. Well, really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting me in the 100 streams. 100K is coming up. January is coming up with a lot of info from CES. So Really looking forward to all the things that are coming up. And again, I'm just filled with gratitude for all your support and everything that's happened. So thank you so much, guys. Um, as always, it's a crazy world we're living in, crazy times. So please take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I will see you on Sunday. Take care.